All right, what's going on, guys? I got a 2004 Toyota Corolla. I'm having issues when the car's warmed up. I get a slow start, it hesitates to start, a hard start. The longer I drive, the harder it is for it to start. I just drove around the block to, get the car warmed up so I can give you guys an example of what it's like. So this is what's happening when the car warms up. It's like it hesitates. That wasn't too bad, but like I said, I only drove around the block. But when I go for a long ride, I have to let the car cool down for it to start back up. So I'm gonna show you guys what's the issue. All right, guys, so your starter is located right there. It's pretty easy to get to. It's just a connection and I think like 3 bolts. So before you actually start doing that, you're gonna want to disconnect your battery, and then you can honestly fish it in through here and get the starter out, but I'm gonna remove the fan so I have more access to get to it. So let me get to doing that. It's basically the bolt right there, if you can see it, and then another bolt right there, and then the connection. All right, guys, so as you can see, took the fan out. All it was a screw there, same on this side, the connector, and then my wire was still plugged in here. If yours hasn't, the clips didn't break off yet, and it pulls right out. And then now, as you can see, you have more access to your starter. All right, guys, one of the starter bolts is located back there, if you can see it. But in order to get to that bolt, I don't know if you guys are gonna have it, because I've seen some videos where this piece was missing, but there's this bracket that goes right here. It's 2 bolts, they're 12 millimeters. Take the bolt off on top right here, and then the other one is down here. Pops right out, and then it gives you access to the top of the starter bolt, which is right there. So it's that one, those 2, and then you got to take the connector and the power cable off, and it should just pop right out. All right, guys, here's the old starter. I took it out, came right up through here, nice and easy. But if you were not doing your radiator, you probably have to get it through the bottom, take it out through the bottom, which is fairly simple. Just be careful not to hit anything. But yeah, from what I read online, there's these, I think they call them brushes. They wear out, and then the grease that's in there turns into like gel. So that's why when the engine is hot, it gets really thick in here, and it's harder for the starter to start. So I think it's just basically a worn out starter. Here's my new starter. I'm gonna throw that thing in there, put the radiator back up, because I took that all apart, as you can see, and get it started and show y'all that when the car is nice and warm, it'll start no issue with a brand new starter. So let me put this in. All right, guys, I got the new one in. I plugged into the connector, put back your power cable. Oh shoot, dropped the GoPro, but put back your power cable here. I put in the bottom bolt. I didn't tighten it all the way. Don't tighten it until you have everything set in place. And then put the bolt back that you took off from there, and then here. Once you have everything nice and secure, then you tighten it down. All right, guys, everything's all put back to place. I put my bracket back on. Got both the screws that hold the starter tightened, the connector, and the power cable. So I'm all set with that. I'm gonna just put the new radiator I got in, and I'm gonna show y'all that that's the issue. All right, guys, I've been letting it run, letting it get real hot. I've been revving it, well, obviously too, because I did the radiator. But I've been letting the engine get real hot so that you guys can see when I turn it on and then turn it off that I'm not gonna have any more hesitation. So it's been running, so let's see. No issues. So I recommend that before you do anything, don't do the fuel pump, don't do the relay, don't do the injectors. Just start with the fuel pump. I mean the starter, especially if it's the original starter. Start with that and then move on, because I read a lot online. People did everything and it ended up being the starter. So hopefully that helps somebody out. Appreciate a like and subscribe, and have a good one.